Hi, Lima Dikela. Welcome to my YouTube channel. So today I want us to talk about the new witness that Advocate Ramusipile decided to call again from Valeria police station. So this is what happened, sorry, between Ramusipile and this witness. This portion of evidence or testimony from this witness is that the state, in fact, the entire testimony is a continuation of the other people that came from Valeria police station. This portion of testimony is potentially very significant because it attacks the factual foundation of the state's allegations that a cell phone was recovered from accused number 2, Bongani Sandy Sondanzi's cell at Valeria police station on the 7th February 2021. Remember, this man, Bongani Danzi, was arrested on the 16th of June 2020. So it doesn't make sense that he will sit in cells, in police station cells, from June 2020 up until February 2021 with a so-called cell phone. So that is what Ramusipile is trying to establish. How is that even possible when it comes to the allegations of the state? Ne? Yes, that's what he's trying to deal with there, Uramza. Now, what the evidence was trying to also establish, Advocate Ramusipile appears to be building a very specific chain of reasoning here. One, the witness, I think it's Sergeant Taka was officially on duty according to the SEPS 15 duty roster. That's number one. Secondly, she was stationed at the Client Services Center, CSC. 3, she participated in a cell inspection during that shift. 4, the occurrence book, which is known as OB or SEPS 10 records her cell inspections in entries 356 and 361. 5, according to the state's version, investigators Sergeant Mabena and Sergeant Mugane arrived at Valeria police station and allegedly recovered a cell phone from Danzi's bedding. In fact, Mabena phoned, according to Mugane, Mabena phoned Mugane and advised that they must go to Valeria police station because Mabena got a call from Valeria station that Undanzi was found with a cell phone in his bedding while inside the cells of police station, holding cells of Valeria police station. 6, those investigators claimed they were accompanied by Valeria police station officers when they went to the cells. 7, Constable Taka said, Sergeant Taka says she was not one of those officers. 8, Sergeant Mudau, who already testified, also denied being one of those officers. Now, why all of this matters? The defense is asking a simple but powerful question. Who actually accompanied Mabena and Mugane to the cells? Who from the Valeria? Because right now, Ramusipile is calling everyone that was working in that shift. They want to know, at least tell us the night shift and the day shift. We want to know who in those shifts actually dealt with that. There is no way that they can say it happened during a night shift or a day shift, and then the next thing no one knows in that shift. It can't make sense. Now, if Mugane and Mabena are saying that someone accompanied them, if nobody can identify the accompanying officials or officers, if no occurrence book entry records the operation, if no SEPS 22 property receipt was generated, if no SEPS 13 exhibit register entry exists, if no witness from Valeria police station confirms participation, then the defense can argue that the alleged cell phone recovery is unsupported by independent evidence. The evidential problem in this situation is this. Normally, if a cell phone is recovered from a detainee's cell, one would expect an OB entry recording the incident, documentation of the search, a chain of custody, a SEPS 13 exhibit entry if the phone became evidence. Officers who are participated being identifiable. The defense appears to be showing that the supporting documentation is either absent or incomplete, but it's not there. They do not have it. Now, why Ramsipile used the SEPS 15? The SEPS 15 duty roster serves a strategic purpose. It identifies exactly who was on duty at the station that day. Once the once the duty roster is known, the defense can ask every officer, were you the person who accompanied Mabena and Mogane? If every officer says no, then the station's version starts facing serious credibility challenges. What the defense wants the court to infer? A cell phone, supposedly central to the state's narrative, was allegedly recovered in circumstances that cannot be independently verified by the station officials who were actually on duty. That does not automatically prove the cell phone was never recovered, right? However, it creates a classic evidential problem: missing witnesses, missing records, missing chain of custody, contradictions between the investigator's version and the station personnel. In a criminal trial, especially one carrying the burden of proof beyond reasonable doubt, those gaps can become very important when the court evaluates the reliability of the cell phone evidence. Now, the bigger picture when it comes to this line of questioning fits directly into the broader defense theme that we've always highlighted repeatedly in the trial. All right, missing OB entries, missing SEPS registers, unclear chain of custody, documentation gaps, questions about how evidence was obtained and recorded. The defense is not merely disputing the existence of a cell phone. It is challenging whether the state can prove true, reliable, and documented police procedures. How that cell phone was allegedly discovered, seized, recorded, and preserved as evidence. Now, if the defense successfully demonstrates that the recovery process cannot be independently corroborated, the evidential weight of the cell phone evidence could be substantially weakened. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. So that is where we are when it comes to the cell phone. I believe that Ramsipile has successfully put that situation of a cell phone up the smoke. You can't find it. It doesn't make sense. It never existed. That is just my opinion. What are your comments when it comes to this? Drop your comments, in fact, in the comment section. Let me know what are your thoughts, because Sana, it is a lot. And I think Ramsipile has exhausted every other avenue when it comes to Valeria police station, when it comes to this accusation against Utanzi. He is dealing with them one by one. And Dubaloyi Nosbanda, they just need to give up on it, including Ujatrata, because Sana, it's really exposing the investigators right now. Let's talk with comment section. I want to hear your views. Thank you so much. I will see you on our next video. Bye-bye.